egg all the time. Years ago, I just used to throw the eggs in the pot, crank the heat, bring it up to a boil for a couple minutes. Sometimes I would lose track and it would be a lot of minutes. Then I would just struggle and strip and peel, and you know those awful eggs and what they look like. And you know how the yolks get kind of green, or sometimes they're mushy and they're orange because they're not cooked enough. Eggs are probably the easiest to mess up, and the most Googled recipe that I have, because I just never remember. Years ago, I found a recipe and I keep trying to change it up. But the best way to do eggs, and the critics agree, because I've Googled many different sites, so this is the best way. It might not be the fastest. If you want fast eggs, boil them for 5 minutes, take them off, give them an ice bath, and cool them down pretty fast. But to do slow, room temperature eggs in room temperature water, you want to make sure there's enough water to thoroughly cover your eggs. Turn your heat on, cover, and bring up to a boil. Now there's some different theories of adding a pinch of salt and a splash of any type of vinegar that you want. White vinegar, cider vinegar, and those, you can try them. Sometimes when I add a little splash of salt and vinegar, sometimes the shell is better, sometimes it's not. A lot of the times, I know in my heart that it comes down to how fresh the eggs are and where I bought them. If they're from the farm, I usually have no problem. But if they're from the grocery store, sometimes they're already 30 days old. There's a way that you can tell going by there's a bar code of numbers, and I believe one of the second numbers in there is the day of the year they were packaged. Not the date, the day. So if today is in the middle of June, it would be, what is it, the 200th day of the year, 180th day of the year, so something like that. And then you can count to see the day that you're purchasing them, subtract the difference, and that's how long that they've been stored in the grocery store or in a truck or in a cooler. That's how long they are since that they were taken from the egg nest. So what you want to do is bring them up to a boil, and you can turn off the heat, keep them covered, and it's not just a little bubbly boil, a good boil. As soon as it gets up to a good boil, then you can kill the heat. If you want to let it set and you want a soft boil, that's about 10 to 12 minutes. A hard medium boil is about 13, 14, but typically what I do is about 15 minutes, 14, 15 minutes, and that's a very good hard-boiled egg. It gives you the nice creamy yellow yolk, and you are set. When it comes off, the best thing to do is to either put the eggs in a colander and drain them and rinse them with nice cold tap water. But if it's in the middle of summer, like here in Florida, you don't have ice cold water. Everything is pretty warm. So get some ice cubes out and make an ice bath. The shock of the cold water will stop the egg from cooking, and it'll also help in peeling. If you have any questions, please come over to the blog. Let me know your tips, let me know how you do, and if you want to admit how many times you Google how to boil an egg, feel free. I will see you in the next video. Thanks everybody. See you later.